I'm Sharon and welcome to KG. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I share my cooking stories here, showing you how I veganize and Koreanize recipes the easy and delicious way. And today I'm going to show you how to make Korean blood sausage, sundae, that's all plant-based. If you've never heard of this sundae, it's classic Korean street food, and it's something that I grew up with as a child. There are so many different versions of this sundae. Different regions of Korea have their own version, and we'll just make our own vegan version today. I can't wait to show you guys, so let's get started. First, we're gonna start by cooking some lentils. Here I have a third cup of brown lentils, and we just need to boil in 1 cup of water for about 40 minutes. I've made this already, as you can see here. You could use canned lentils instead, about 2/3 cup. As you may already know, lentils are rich in protein and fiber, so I felt like it's such a healthy alternative. We're now going to do some cutting and chopping. We'll dice half of a red onion, about 60 grams. If you don't have red onion, just use regular onion. 5 cloves of garlic, finely minced. About a half teaspoon of ginger, finely minced. 1 green onion, finely chopped. Let's put another green onion. 1½ portobello mushroom. It's about 150 grams, and we're just gonna dice it. Here I have red and green chili peppers and a clove of garlic just for garnishing, so it's optional. Half of a medium firm tofu, about 250 grams, and we're just gonna boil it for 2 to 3 minutes. When it's boiled, the texture will be closer to the fillings of sundae, and it's easier to press the water out without a tofu press. While it's boiling, we'll mash up the lentils using potato masher. You can use a fork, or of course you can use a food processor. We can now remove the tofu to press it. You don't need to press it too hard. This is just to remove excess water and not to dry it out completely. While the tofu is being drained, we can boil tangmyeon, Korean glass noodles, or sweet potato starch noodles using the same pot of water. It's about 80 grams and will boil for about 8 minutes or until it's cooked. While the noodles cooking, we'll add the drained tofu into the mashed lentils and season it. Add ½ tablespoon of beetroot powder. This will give a blood-like color. You could use cooked beetroot instead, just about 60 grams of it, finely chopped. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. You can use dark soy sauce if you have one. 1 tablespoon of vegetarian oyster sauce, but if you don't have it, just add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. ½ tablespoon of sesame oil, and we'll just mix it up while mashing up the tofu. You could also add gochugaru if you like it a little bit spicy, and some cooked bean sprouts or napa cabbage that's been well drained, but we'll just keep it simple today. Our glass noodle is ready, so just take it out and drain it, and cut it up with scissors as you add it to the filling, like so, and we'll mix it up again. The glass noodles will take away excess moisture from the filling, so don't worry if it feels a little bit too wet. In a pan or wok over medium-high heat, add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, the onion, garlic, and ginger mix, and stir fry for about 30 seconds. And add the mushroom on high heat and stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes. Then the green onions, and cook for about 20 to 30 seconds. Then the filling mixture. Mix it well and cook for about 2 minutes. This is about 3 cups, so 2 to 3 servings. Okay, we're ready to roll it up now. I'm gonna use the rice paper, and this is the biggest rice paper I was able to find. It's 31 centimeters in diameter, and I have a pizza pan that I'm gonna be using to soak it. So let's do this. I'm using warm water that's not too hot. We'll soak it for about 20 seconds. You could definitely use a smaller rice paper to make a smaller roll, or you could sort of link a few small ones to make a bigger wrapper. I'm putting 1 cup of our filling here. Spread it sideways, like so. And we'll try to make a shape by pressing it down. And I'm gonna wash my hands and roll it up. You know, for the fillings, feel free to make your own combinations and proportions. This is really about having fun. Close the sides. And we're gonna try to make a tight roll. And don't worry if it rips, because we have enough rice paper to go around. And ta-da! Wet your knife to cut it. You know, the very first time I made this, I tried steaming it, and of course, all the heat and moisture totally disintegrated the rice paper. So I don't recommend steaming it. It looks pretty darn close to the real thing to me. What do you think? Now let's plate this. These are perilla leaves or 깻잎. It's in the mint family, and man, I love them. I don't know if you've noticed this jar in the background in this video or the last. It's water kimchi called dongchimi. I made this last week for the very first time in my life, so I don't know if this will actually be edible. Let's see. Oh my god, it's so bubbly. Oh, the probiotics doing a good job in there. Okay, our veganized Korean blood sausage, sundae, is ready, and let's have a taste. 잘 먹겠습니다. This is just salt, gochugaru, and sesame seed. That's how it's usually served. Dongchimi here. Oh, perfect pairing. Oh, this is so good. Okay, guys, I'll be honest. The casing, the wrapper, it really feels like the real sundae casing. It's got a little bit chewiness, so texture is pretty close to the real thing. But the taste, of course, it's gonna be different. It has no animal products, but it's very delicious regardless. And I think it's a really fun dish that you can try at home. So yeah, this is sundae, veganized sundae. I hope you enjoyed this recipe today, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye!